about what Trayvon Martin told you that made you think this was racial?
Describing the person.
Pardon me?
Describing the person.
I just didn't...
Describing the person that was watching him and following him. Sir.
Describing the person is what made you think it was racial?
Yes.
And that's because he described him as a creepy-ass cracker?
Yes.
So it was racial, but it was because Trayvon Martin put race in this.
No.
You don't think that's a racial comment?
No.
You don't think that creepy-ass cracker is a racial comment?
No.
Okay, neither do I. Hey,
That's so funny.
I like how she was fucking annoyed with that motherfucker. Hey, listen, we got to come up with another word for, just in case, for the C word, because the C word's already taken by an actually offensive word, which is cunt. So...
Is that what the C word actually became a...
They've been saying the C word because Vaush and Hassan were thrown off of Twitch. Vaush permanently, Hassan for a week. And then in third person...
Vaush got thrown off of Twitch personally for saying
yeah,
cunt?
and he fucking had a conversation with me on Twitter about comedy.
For saying cunt. Well, not the conversation, but for saying cunt is why he
No,
got
for
banned
saying
from
saying the other C word.
Cracker?
Saltine. Now we're gonna get
Really?
thrown. Now we're gonna go to jail.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
All right,
she
well,
can say it because she's black. They took that word too. So,
She?
we can't
just
say
kidding.
it. White people can't say the C word anymore.
Okay.
So, because, dude, people tried to say saltine on Twitch, and they fucking kicked them off, too.
Really?
Twitch is fucking racist. Because only fucking racists get offended by that. Like,
Totally. No, I agree.
like, dude, remember that thing I said on stage that got the bartender mad at me? Where I go, like, I see a black person saying some racial stuff about white people, and I think to myself, that's adorable. Because it's like you're teaching a kid how to ride a bicycle, and you finally take his training wheels off, and then you're like, oh, it's fucking magical. He's grown up now.
Yeah.
Except
I can see
when
from-
white people are racist, they build it into their systems, and when black people are racist, they accuse you of liking mayonnaise, and you got to be like, yeah, I like mayonnaise. Yeah. Tuna salads.
I guess I smell like a wet dog. I don't smell it.
Smell
but-
like wet dog.
I don't smell it, but...
But remember we were making fun of
there's
Nick
enough-
Cannon?
Yeah, totally.
So, dude, like, people who actually literally believe that your melanin is an increase of, like, your closeness to God or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, people get... Like, Louis Farrakhan thinks that, like, white people were created in a lab. Like, actual racist, like, people make fun of them.
Yeah.
You know?
Instead of the C word, we could just say racist, because people usually associate it with C words.
Yeah, maybe we could say crackhead. Because we got to read these Destiny tweets. Destiny blocked me over this, by the way. First of all, agreed to a debate twice, backed out twice, and now the third time he's blocked me over the C word.
Dude, don't come at me
I
with
may have
that.
called him.
That's so funny.
I go, he was like, because I'm not
Twitch
that.
forever, so you can
They're
say-
not talking about me.
But you can say fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
I feel like the only people that get offended by that are actual racists,
I
because
didn't
that
know that
feels
people
like.
actually got offended by it at all.
Do you even feel like when they like white people can't do this and shit? Do you really feel like that they're talking about you?
No.
Because I don't even consider
I know
myself
how
white.
to dance. I don't know how to cook, but like some of them are not. I mean, I don't suck dick well, so like I don't fit into that stereotype of white people either.
I don't know, man. I don't feel like they're ever talking to me. I don't even feel like white is even a race, because like we're not even raised in this country. We're not even brought up to believe that we're a race. because like if you think about it, like nobody called William Dafoe in Last Temptation of Christ like white Jesus. He's just Jesus. Like nobody calls Santa Claus a white Santa Claus. He's just fucking Santa Claus. He's just like regular Jesus, regular Santa Claus. It's only when you make them black that they become black. I remember there's a kid named Sean, a white kid named Sean, and a black kid named Sean. And I used to spend more time with a black kid named Sean, and everybody called him Black Sean. But he was like regular Sean. It didn't even make sense to call him, to otherize him, because he was just Sean. He was just Sean. All right. But anyways, Destiny, who thinks that fucking white people should be allowed to say the N-word, got super fucking angry about calling people Betty Crockers.
Oh, Betty Crocker isn't bad.
Yeah, or Betty.
Or Betty's, because
Betty's.
it cuts it down.
Yeah, exactly. It's very
That's very, very subtle.
British, like what do they call that? Fucking Cockney. It's very Cockney.
Cockney.
You know, like for your mate,
Betty.
you're a China plate. He's my China.
He's my
Plate.
China.
Mate. You know? He's a Betty Crocker. Okay. Here is the real take. This is from Destiny before he blocked me. Well, no, actually, he blocked me, so I had to go on Google Images to get these messages. Here is the real take. If it's really as bad as people say it is, then no one should be saying the N-word, not even black people, period. That's what he was talking about. That's his take on the N-word. If I can't say it, you can't say it.
If it's really so bad, why can't they say it?
Yes, exactly, dude. Exactly. Which is something... Okay, here's something that I haven't heard since I've heard Rush Limbaugh saying it in the fucking 90s. This is amazing.
Rest in peace.
So this guy was making fun of Destiny, and he wrote, "It hurts my little feelings when you remind me that my people enslaved yours for generations, and that my current behavior reflects a mentality informed by that." Then Destiny wrote, "Wait until you find out who gathered up and sold the first slaves." You know who fucking gathered up and sold the first slaves in Africa?
Who?
Fucking people who... warring countries. So those were POWs. It's not like... They always do this thing like Africans did it too. But in order to justify slavery, that slavery's not bad because they did it to themselves. But they didn't do it to themselves. They did it to other people. It's like you only think that if you think all Africans are the same.
Yeah, that is... I never really I've of course heard that, but I never put that much thought into it. But that is kind of funny to think about. It's just like, in Africa when they were just like, oh, I'm just going to start selling my friends. Like, I guess I'm powerful enough to do it. Yeah, it had to have just...
Are people seriously complaining about getting called a Betty Crocker? Holy shit. And then this is what he wrote. "It's depressing to me how no one can actually articulate what anyone's problem is. Realistically, I doubt many people care about being called a Betty Crocker, but having to tiptoe around language constantly for minorities while others throw racial epithets at you feels a little bad." Why does it feel bad if somebody calls you a cracker?
I don't know.
I said it. Fuck.
Is it really that... Is there some new uproar on things of that word being used?
No, it just randomly happened. They just started...
Because, I don't know...
popping people for saying it.
I don't know if I've ever genuinely been called...
I've heard Chris Rock say it in a bit.
I mean, yeah, that kind of thing, but I don't know if anybody has ever, with any vindictiveness, been like, whatever, you cracker.
Maybe Crab Meat and Purcell might have called me that once outside of a mic. Yes, it's funny. Yeah. It's fucking funny to say that.
That's what I'm saying, who would hear that and be like...
It's like a nickname.
Yeah.
It's so non-offensive because it doesn't apply to me. It doesn't. Even if you called me a Mick, I'd still think what are you, from the 20s? I still wouldn't fucking care. Your light's barely on you, just so you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to do.
Are you unanimous? Is it really doing that again? I checked it before I left.
Yeah.
You mean, okay, so Twitch has suspended 2 popular political streamers, Hassan the Sun and Vaush V, for using the word cracker. By the way, they made it into the Washington Post.
Who did?
Fucking Vaush and Hassan.
That's crazy.
Over this. Because Twitch is racist.
Washington Post is very, very good news source.
You mean, well, they did break the Pentagon paper. Well, they did publish the Pentagon Papers, and they broke the Watergate story. But that was in the 70s. It's a different world. They're run by, whatever. We won't get into that. You mean which everyone considers a slur? There's not really much disagreement there from any reasonable person. That's what he says. Hateful slurs and symbols. I can't believe that shit. All right, here's Destiny, my former friend. Nah, I don't know the guy.
We used to be buddies.
We used to be buddies, and then he fucking sold out and moved to Florida with his actress girlfriend, with this girl, the woman he pays to pretend to be his girlfriend. All right. Are white people seriously offended by the word Betty Crocker? Next tweet. This is why white people rapping the N-word in their car along to Drake is reinforcing white supremacy.
What?
He thinks he's going to get in trouble for rapping the N-word and is like, dude, who's he think spying on him? Like,
God damn, it's like
he thinks black people have like
people
spy devices.
It's like people are kind of trying to do some of my bits almost. Like,
yeah, dude, this is great, isn't it? Isn't it? You could do a bit about this. This is so fucking funny.
I mean, I already do have about doing it in my car by myself.
Everyone does that. That's not reinforcing white supremacy. Nobody can hear you.
I'm confused about that logic.
To be honest, I don't really think any of this is a big deal. It's just funny that people who want to execute white people for saying, and then he just straight up says it. He just straight up wrote it, which, by the way, Twitter allows that. Like a full-on N-word. But he doesn't have a hard R. He's not talking like a pirate or anything. But he doesn't say it like a pirate. He says it like a very Ice Cube.
I got it. There's only really 2 ways.
Yeah, for saying the N-word in a friendly way will froth at the mouth, screaming, "You, Betty Crocker," and then pretend their position is the moral one. Want to execute white people.
What?
For saying... These are like, dude, this is like the fucking biggest straw man. Dude, you want to talk about straw man? Holy mother.
Also, if he's talking about a white person saying it with the A, in the casual sense, and then a person going, "Yo, cracker," those are 2 different energies.
I want to murder you.
Wouldn't it be like, that would be like if saying that we should also get offended if somebody goes cracker. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I don't really get it. It sounds like only one group of people is being canceled. So I contend, this is my argument, is the more offended you are by this word, the more racist you are. Because it feels like we're not, when they say that, they're not really talking about you. They're talking about some idea. Even if they call it to your face, they're not talking about you personally. They're talking about some weird idea. But, okay, so I got this clip because I find this clip fascinating because this motherfucker, this is why I think this motherfucker is a racist. He's saying something I've only heard Candace Owens say. This is insane what he fucking says.
Are all else equal for other issues. I've seen you debate. Yes, exactly. That doesn't debate this. However, this narrative that cops are running around indiscriminately killing black people, or that they're just constantly bloodthirsty, looking, or every single outcome of a trial that we don't like is a result of white supremacy and blah blah blah. That's like way too not even close to reality. It's absurd, and then it leads to people. It leads to this cringe situations where people are, "I'm sorry," and the case was horrible, and I'm glad that Sean got in trouble, but George Floyd wasn't a fucking hero. This is not somebody to be revered or fucking worshipped or whatever.
There was a Dave Chappelle special where Dave Chappelle said, nobody said he was a hero. You guys killed him.
He was just an innocent guy, though. Like,
Exactly. Just he doesn't have to be fucking Spider-Man for you not to kill him. You know what I mean?
Everybody's acting so upset. He wasn't. It's not even like they're saying he was a bad dude. Like, it was literally just.
I'm sorry, but he wasn't a hero. I'm sorry, but I disagree with something that nobody's fucking saying.
You guys really think it's that sad? He's not even famous. I had never heard of George Floyd before this. It's not a big
It's not
deal.
like they killed Pink Floyd.
Yeah, this isn't like when fucking William H. Macy died, okay?
All right, that's fine. That's all I wanted to play was this Candace Owens thing. Yeah, by the way, I don't believe in any TOS. You get rid of all TOS, all terms of service, including copyright.
Yeah.
Copyright is fucking censorship.
Just keep it a trademark.
Exactly. We can't even fucking make. You can't even get De La Soul on streaming because the sampling fucking costs.
Can't do De La Soul on like Spotify?
I don't think so. According to an episode of Sound Opinions,
I mean, I'm not
they
surprised.
might have made a deal.
Yeah, no, a lot of. I mean, once you get to a certain level of success, Spotify does kind of start to fuck you over.
But no, the sampling charges. There's so many samples in Paul's Boutique and De La Soul that you can't make those albums anymore. They're too fucking expensive to make. Because there's like 3 or 4 samples in one song.
Oh, okay, I got what you're saying now.
That's because of copyright.
Huh.
Copyright impedes upon artistic fucking expression. Certain things that we can't do. Although that worked out best when we were doing the Kid Rock lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that. All right.